Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're watching Transport Fever at the Goods Hub. I like starting at the Goods Hub because you're regularly treated to sites such as this where there's an awful lot of activity going on. And frankly, if you're building something with an awful lot of activity, you would do well to give it a look. Anyway, last time around we spent quite a bit on improving, well, a couple of lines really. We got the freight hub expanded. What are you packing here? Well, obviously delivering quite a bit. That's a promising sign, and hopefully that will lead to a little further prosperity from all and sundry who are gathered here. So if we have a look at the actual situation, Detroit's got stuff waiting, El Paso's got stuff waiting, Indianapolis has got stuff waiting, and so has Sioux Falls, and therefore sheer victory is the name of the game. And as you can see, I've built out a very small amount of scenery next to this hub, and that too will be expanded as we go on. I'll do my scenerizing in the main while you're not here. Occasionally we'll do a bit of speed build type malarkey, but for the most part we'll just get on with it. What is going on with this bit of road? I've made a pig's ear of that, haven't I? Let's see if we can improve this just before we go any further. I'm not sure that we can, you know. I think that we are largely stuck with what we've built here. I don't want to delete that lot. That's just going to cause, you know, pandemonium. Let's try this, and then straight to there. No, there. Yeah, okay, that's a little better. It's still not what one might call good, but then one might call a lot of things a great deal of things. So we'll settle with that. Bit of smoothing here just to ease us back into the flow of the situation. And then we'll crack on. Yeah, all right. I've seen worse. Built by me, I've seen worse. Anyway, right. What are we going to do today? Don't know. Now then, we've got. Here's the agenda, team. So coming out of El Paso here, we've got the opportunity for another line that heads out to Indianapolis. That's well worth doing. We've also got an additional line here, which I originally intended to go to Brussels, I think. No, I didn't. I intended it to go as a direct line to Krakow. Both of these are possible. Both of these are expensive. And they're going to be expensive because we've got these flipping fields in the way, and they cost an absolute bundle to get rid of. But it might be high time we actually got on with that. What's going on here? Equally, we could probably do with double tracking this bit of tunnel that we've got going on. As you can see, we've got queuing going. It's just occurring here. What's going on here? Who are you? And where are you going? You're about to cross over there, aren't you? Are you? Well, we'll find out if we stay put. Yeah, there we go. You're crossing over there, which is why that one's weighted. That's weighted far too far away. Let's pull that in a little with an additional signal here, I think. Now, once I've quad tracked that, such things shouldn't be quite so excessive. We see we've got another one waiting there, and as if by magic, here is another one of our constructions from last time around. Is the European balloon route, carrying 52 passengers. Now that is much more like it. The only downside, of course, is that I believe this is the front train of the four that we put in motion last time. So it's picked up everybody who'd been hanging around for a while. Now, over time, these trains will space out, and that should make life a little better. But for the moment, this one is leading the way. Hello, bridge. Oh, my face. But, you know, the fact that there are passengers waiting at all is not a bad place to start. It's just a case of getting that demand level up a little bit so that it starts to fill out a little bit more frequently. Anyway, right, we've got cash in the bank. I've paid back the loan a little. As you can see, we ended up having blown through 22 million last year. And actually revenues were down by 1 million as well, probably due to the number of trains I took out of service and then put back into service and so forth. But they're all now back operational. It's July 1st in 1904, and we're on target to make 36 million this year, which would be a new record, and that's a good thing. Stick around and I'll come up with a plan. Now then, as soon as I've finished faffing around with Sioux Falls, I can go and faff around with something else instead. And, you know, and that's really what we want. Well, that's nice. Isn't that nice? Yeah, it's just a sight to behold. Now, these buildings here are ones that I've plopped down myself. And the aim will be that Sioux Falls and El Paso merge, but the AI appears to be reluctant to see that dream take flight. So I'll probably have to do it myself, but I'm going to do that over time, just by doing some ploppage basically. And then if I put a few passenger stops in there on the roads, then you never know. Yeah, the game might get the idea that, hey, you know what would be wild? Would be if we built out this way as well. He's certainly put in a lot of infrastructure that we could play with. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to have a look at this bridge first. So we're going to have a queue there. We've also got a queue here. It's time to double track the bridge, isn't it? Okay, there's no getting away from it. We've got to double track this bridge tunnel combo, particularly if I want to run the El Paso route out this way as well. Now, that's currently running some kind of exotic wooden trestle. Now, that's not a deal breaker, but neither is it the fastest thing we could be running up here. What's the smart play here? Well, the smart play would be to pause. That's always smart. Pausing is where the wheat and the chaff are so frequently separated, and then we'll run it through the tunnel. Yes, we do have a spare bit of track. No, we've got a train in the tunnel at the moment. Okay, right. Well, we'll come through the tunnel. We'll wait for these trains to clear, and then we'll get this set up properly. You're going to have to stop there, I think, which is perilous, of course, because anything could happen to interfere with that. Let's get things rolling again. Because obviously we've got another tunnel running underneath here as well. And I don't want them to snap to one another, because that way lies madness. But there we go. You go on, get out of it. So we've got 3 trains to clear through. We've got that one, we've got the one at the other end, and we've got that one down there as well. Let's activate the afterburners and get that done. And then hopefully I'll have the bandwidth to make the change there. Oh no, hold on, there's another one in the queue. Right, yes, we are definitely at the point of making this happen. You stick your brakes on, because you'll hold the next one as well. Right. Okay. Well, so this is the cost of upgrading. The good news is that while we've got one on pause there, we can do a bit of that. Oh yeah, right. Okay, good. And then we'll bang some signals in here. That will alleviate some queuing a little, and we'll bang some more signals in here to further alleviate the queue situation. And then, if everything is cleared from there, we'll hit pause. And with a bit of luck, this is just going to pan out beautifully. If there is no luck, however, it's not going to pan out beautifully at all. It's going to be a disaster. But I'm feeling confident. I'm wearing my lucky pants. Right, here we go. Stick that up there. Yep. And you as well. No. This is where we must be careful. We don't want to make friends with the underground section there. We're just going to come straight through like that. Lo and behold, we are double tracked. Now, there's going to be another area of likely incident a little further up, because obviously a lot of this lot uses the bridge as well. Let's put that there. Tell you can go again. Up the tempo and see if that clears through fairly swiftish. It should do. Don't see any reason why it wouldn't, but you never know. Monkeying around with extra track, changing routes on trains, it has on a regular basis led to a certain amount of mayhem with trains just doing whatever they like. There goes a European balloon. And there goes a nice GWI. I think that's possibly a Barcelona train. No, it's the one you were looking at. It's the Krakow Transcontinental. Maybe that's a... No, that's a balloon. Oh well, you know, it's all running at least. That's a start. Good. Right. Now we'll hopefully get some separation between the trains running on here, and that will ease up a little, because there's the next one there. But now there's no kind of mandatory queuing going on. That will hopefully sort itself out. Good. Right. On to the next item on the agenda. Now then, I've got... Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna play with this. So I've acquired a new mod, which will go into the mod collection, and it is the electric omnibus. Oh yeah. Where's the best place to show that off? Now I was gonna put it in Shanghai, despite the fact that it's European in nature. No, it's Russian. So it does actually belong out here. Well, right, okay. In which case, let's turn Shanghai into an electric omnibus paradise. Right. First off, roads upgrade roads. Yes, catenary certainly. Hopefully that's electrified. Certainly looks like it is. And then we'll you know, do the usual, go wild, and then we'll figure out some kind of clever omnibus-based route to make this work. There you go. Electrify the lot. I mean, if you're gonna go for the electric omnibus route, then you know, leave no corner unturned. Electro the works here. Yeah, all of this. That's going. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one never knows where to stop, but I would say there is probably a good place. And then we'll bang in a little bit of extra road. If you head out that way, there you go, and you head out this way. Marvellous. What's going on with the square in the middle? I think we ought to do something with that, because the AI just won't unless it is encouraged to do so. Yeah, something akin to this. Head around the... No, you can get a bit closer than that. If we... Yeah. Come on. Down there. Right. Good. Drive it right up to that fella's backyard. And then, you never know, some teenagers might hang out there drinking cheap cider of an evening, and making a god-awful racket, so they have to complain to the council and say, why don't you do something about these teenagers? And I go, well, there you go, they've got to go somewhere. They've got to go, well, yes, but they're in my garden. And the cider they're drinking is very cheap. We'll do the same for these people as well. Good, right, nice. Now then, let's stick a electric tram depot here. Now, obviously, I was drawn to this mod because it used the word electric in there, and you know, being a modern kind of chap, I approve of such things. Of course, we're going to need to put some stops in first, aren't we? Now then, where's the old station? There's the old station. This feels like a good a locate. No, it's not though, is it? This is where you want it. Right. So if we do that, but electric, yes. All right. What I'm thinking here is we'll go point to point with this one using a somewhat eclectic route. You will see what I mean. In fact, you've probably forecast what I mean already. You've been around long enough. You've seen all this before. I've done this so many times, and yet it never ceases to thrill absolutely all of us. Right, now then, we'll go for there, yeah, and then we'll just, you know, we're gonna work a perimeter, and then here, and then one more about. Do you want to go around the outside there, or do you want to come straight down the middle? I think we'll go around the outside. Right, okay, and route it. No, you've already built one. Okay, here you are then. Let's go. 1 and 2, yep, and 3 and 4, and one of those. Interesting. And one of these, and then back again, and then that one, and then this one, and that one, and some of this, and everybody's happy. Right, so it's a bit of a perimeter route, but everybody else should, frankly, be able to walk to the station under their own steam. And therefore, they don't really need me to lay on an electric trolley service for them. Let's just go with all of them. What do we call this? Right, where are we? We're in Shanghai. which needs a name. S-H, stands to reason, N-G. Shing. Yeah, okay. Electro trolley. Yes, that's the stuff. And bit of this, buy trams. Here we go. Where is it? Yeah, well, it's not that one. Where's the one I bought? No. I said there was something about it. I did. I enabled it. I'm certain I did. The Electric Omnibus by Alex B.Y. or Alex By. By Alex By. I paid for that with my own personal spending money. I don't think it's arrived. Well, that's a disappointment for all of us. So instead, we'll go with this CE22 which is the noise that it makes on a regular basis. And I think 4 will do the trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and set line onto the Shanghai electro trolley. There we go. I'm totally embracing your electro trolleys these days, you know. There we go. Right, let's zoom in and give this an eyeball. There we go. That's jolly nice. Good. Make me some cash there, friends. That would be appreciated if you would shuttle some people around. Now, obviously, Shanghai is not very big at the moment, so it's got a way to go before they start printing cash. Much as they're not likely to actually print cash. Right, now then, what have we got waiting at the station here? So you've got the Eastern Hemisphere main line and you've got Wolverhampton, Shanghai. I'm going to guess that this is the Eastern Hemisphere main line here. Yes, is it? Well, you could just pull that up and then it will show you. There I see, there you are. Right, okay, so for my next trick, we're just clearing up here, bits and pieces, getting it done. I want to finish off the nonsense with El Paso. Sioux Falls is almost there now. We've got this extra double section of track for whatever that ends up being. And I think that might be your Orient Express, you know. I think that might head out to Shanghai. Maybe. Because if you look at the station, we have pretty much done every track. If we pull that up, and then if we go for a bit of this and some of that, we've got 2 left. So it needs 2 more destinations to be plumbed in. One of which is going to go up here, and the other one of which is going up the other side. So we'll see. Right, I've been kind of avoiding doing this because it's going to be expensive and it's going to make me cry into my profit margin. However, no, this is going to be fun. Okay, right, we shall go for El Paso to Krakow. I don't know how this is going to work with existing routes, but what I'm going to try and do here is get this piece of double track through the field under this lot. I think under makes more sense than over. Under this lot, coming out the other side, and then we'll turn this into a bit of triple track. So the centre line will be used exclusively for goods because we're only going to run 1 goods train on there, I think. And then the 2 passenger tracks running alongside it. Now, I would be tempted to merge them all together, but actually I like the idea of having a triple track setup there. Now then, how have we got on here? Oh, dreadfully. All right. No, don't do that. Leave that alone. Try this. Okay, you're going to need to go again. Right, tunnel entrance is there. What are we looking at? 1.4 million? Well, that could have been worse. I mean, it's colliding with absolutely ruddy everything. Keep going. Keep it going. Oh, yeah, see, he made it cheaper there. 2 million now, but it has at least adopted the notion that I want a tunnel. All right, what have we actually got? And we're still colliding. Okay, right, we're going to need to do it manually. Fine. Right, okay, fine. Yep, good. Get rid of those. We know where we're going, but we're going to need a little bit more granular control here. Right, so if I can get this, there's our target, right? We're going to go up alongside there. We can get 40 miles per hour out of that. Right, and then you head underground like you mean it. Yeah, bit more. Right. Now then, how far is it going to take you to tunnel? One field. Acceptable collateral damage. Yes? Well, I've paid for it, so I suppose that's a yes. And then continue over here. Right, stop going deeper, because inevitably it's going to have decided to go deeper. Where's my deepitude control? Oh, I see. You've come back up in order to try and get a level crossing there. That's lovely. Oh, hello. That looks good. That doesn't look bad at all. So there's the tunnel entrance there. Yeah, that looks all right. Okay, yeah, take it. Excellent. Right, and then we'll go back in the other direction as well, and everything should be keen and peachy and indeed keen. Now it's quite a long bit of tunnel, but overall, if I end up running an absolute stack of trains through here, it's gonna pay dividends. And we go out to that. Yeah, good. I haven't even thought about what route we're running here yet, you know, but that's all part of the grand adventure. Now then, if I'm going to be sticking another route down here, it's time to upgrade this bridge. I think that I may end up using the word upgrade within the title for this episode. So let's enjoy this for a moment. If you wouldn't mind just calming your frame rate down there, thank you. I don't know why it's being all juddery all over the place, but as long as it remains calm, everything should be great. And you're clear. Right, okay, now then. We've got a lot of adventure going on as far as junctions are concerned, haven't we? So let's fiddle with the whole thing. We're going to leave the bridge as is and just double track it. Yeah, good. Yeah, and that. Bit of this, bit of that, some of that. Everybody's happy, and rocket. There you go. Right, so that's another 1.75 million that we won't see again. And then we will run around here. No, we won't, because that's created a rather unfortunate bit of swan necking there. So we'll give it a little bit more run up to try and do that more elegantly, which it has now done. Right, grand. And then we'll go like this. Now then, what are you going to do with that bit? So obviously it's going to need to travel on in both directions. So as much as I'm triple tracking a section of track there, triple tracking the track. Yeah, it's cumbersome language, but it is fair. We'll do this, and then hopefully we can slips that one, and then we come out this way. Now, that slip junction is not going to be quick, is it? So maybe let's have a look at doing this instead. Yeah, see, that's much better. And head out like that. 63 is an acceptable amount of slowing down. Right, now then, we'll put the signals on first so that we don't forget to do it later. A bit like that, and a bit like that. And then over here, where's the next signal set? Alright, we can stick a second set in here, I think. Now this should only ever have one train using it. So that's my food train going out that way. And then, now this is not the main line. The main line actually comes in this way. So the ideal would be for this secondary line. Although that said, the El Paso route's coming in through here, isn't it? So we could say that either was the main line. But actually, I'm getting into this whole junctioning off a corner malarkey. I think that's going to be it's going to be quite good fun. So let's try that. What do we slow to here? 42. No, that won't do. But I don't see that there's actually much avoiding it there. We could possibly delete back a little closer to the bridge, but I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. What do you make of that? 46. Well, that's better, but still no cigars for anybody there. We'll just have to roll with it. Okay, good. Now, let's move it forwards a bit. Get that out of the way. Thank you. Right, and then we'll come back the other direction and make that work as well. So we'll spin on down here. Now this is I mean, this is luxury spending, frankly, of triple tracking this. That freight train is not going to run very often, but eventually it will be enormous as we start to service more cities with food. One would expect that the food line there is going to be hauling, you know, a good half a mile of boxcars. So then we're going to need to do. Well, that's the easy one, but I can't see that's going to buy in immediately. So maybe we have to go from, I don't know, about there maybe. How do you feel about that? You feel quite confident that that's a good thing. All right, good. And then we're going to want to do this, and then we're going to want to think about it and probably bulldoze this and have another go, because you still need this one. So thinking about it, this one is a one-way line up until here, at which point it becomes a no. Say that again. This is a two-way line, yes, up until it reaches here, at which point it becomes one-way because everything goes on that side up this way because we drive on the right. This one is going to be the exit for that. So you have the choice of either double dipping, double switching on there, or we could do something cunning like this. Yeah. Oh, go on! That would solve many a problem in one move. Okay, maybe we just need to build it in two parts. All right, now think this through. So you're coming in this way. You need to switch onto this track, and you have done so, but you have not done so in an elegant fashion. You don't ever need to touch this one, or do you? No, you don't. Therefore, that is superfluous. Or is it? Yes, it is, because I say so. All right, so you need to switch onto this one. Oh, I see. This is actually more straightforward than I was giving myself credit, I think. Go on, keep going. Yeah, that'll do. And then onto there. Right, and then we need that to come onto here, doing something a little similar to that. And then we end up with something that maybe, just maybe might work. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's not that complicated, really. Right, so we'll leave the bridge free of signals, or will we? We'll allow people to wait here, I think, but we'll build other blocks fairly close to allow that to work quickly. We'll put another one there, and we'll put another one here. Right. How are we looking at that side? That side is looking okay. And then what? What's your next winning plan there? We'll go one here and one there, and that should that's nowhere near enough. And one here and one there, and because we like signals so much, actually that's yeah, okay, that one's actually not going to accomplish much. I think it's going to allow things to bunch up a bit. Now, if I'm only running one route out down here, then this isn't going to cause too much drama at all. But hopefully, I'll be running, a good selection of routes in this direction, and then everything will be rather marvellous. Wait, what are you thinking? Hold on, bulldoze that. Right, now then, try it again, but this time pay attention, because we've got these two tracks merging into one, which is weird and unholy at the same time. So we're coming in over here onto one track. Okay, well, I can see how that's going to create absolute flaming chaos. Let's have a look and see what we're actually running down here at the moment. I like me a bit of chaos, but within limits. Now, where are you going, Red? You are going to Brussels and no further at the current time. So we could go Brussels, El Paso. And then you go to Sioux Falls. Okay, so we could do it again, but go Brussels, El Paso, and then Krakow. Or we could make this go somewhere else, just for the hell of it. Yes, we could. because this also goes to Krakow, you know. So maybe it's just a loop. So we could go, we could just we could go Krakow, El Paso, Brussels. Just run a loop, and we run maybe 1 to 2 trains in each direction. All right. Well, I mean, those stations are already serving one another, but hold everything, because your loop here is not taking those in. So maybe it's just Brussels El Paso, but instead of backing up on itself, it goes in a loop. Don't like it. Okay. Well, find something you do like, build it, and then claim that was the idea all along. Okay. Right. So, well, you know, we've connected up a bit of track there. Perhaps next time I would have thought through exactly what I was going to do with it. Maybe this doesn't go any further at all. Maybe we go out from Krakow, because we've got a bit of track here that thus far has been undesignated, and we go to Shanghai, everybody. Okay, good. Right, it's almost like this was meant to be. Okay, now then, we've got a bit of a ridge there, and then we've got a bridge to build. Gonna need some more cash. That'll do. Now then, this heading in a straight line means that I think Wellington is also on the agenda, so we'll run that a little further, and we'll create a branch off it. Oh, I love doing this without a plan. I love doing this with a really coherent and well thought through plan. That's exactly. This is flying by the seat of your pants is so horribly overrated. Always thinking things through. Ideally, having made a spreadsheet beforehand is clearly the way to live. Anybody who does otherwise is just a buffoon. Right, do a bit of that. You know, we could be in a situation to use that rather splendid-looking bridge again. You know, I know. Brace yourselves. I should have thought that corner through a little better though, because you're going to need something along those lines. Yeah. Okay. May that be a lesson to you. Anyway, this is good. If anything, this kind of unifies everything that we've been doing so far this episode, because finishing up in Shanghai, there's only a few words in there, but it's worth getting them all out. Would contribute to its overall growth that it's got going on. All right, magic. All right, let's see if we can't make a complete shambles of this with this rather majestic bridge. Right, do a bit of that. Now it's going to need to be a bit longer than that, isn't it? How do you feel about 2 pillars? Hold on. Now you're going to fight me, aren't you? Yeah, you definitely are. Also, you're just a little low. Oh, no, unless we do that. Right, okay, bridge pillar collision. Now, the question is, what's it colliding with? Because if I was a bridge, I'd be okay with having my pillars embedded in the ground. I'd be fine with that. I'd go, well, that's kind of what they're for, you know. Let's just wiggle this around and see if we can find anywhere where it's happy. If I spin it like that, it's happy. Oh, okay. Well, no, there's another idea. Right, okay, so if we do this and line it up so that it's happy there, because that way it gives us the right line, and then we, just move it better this time. Yeah, that's it. More or less, close enough. We can make that work, and we just stick that right slap bang in the middle of the river. Right. Possibly at the wrong elevation. It's at the wrong elevation. Okay. Right. Well, it was a good plan. It was only £500,000. We can go again. Right. So this time we're going to want it at 20 metres. How does that look as far as the banks are concerned? Acceptable. Okay. It's a bit more pricey. We'll say that that's more or less lined up. We're gonna eyeball this and see how close we can get to whoa, gently. Smidge it that way a bit. Right, let's see if 2 arches fit. Oh, they will. And I don't need to monkey it. No, I was quite happy with having one arch in the middle because we were going to try and make that work. And you know what? Trying to make things work is where the fun is. There. Okay, right, spent it. Now, we're now 1.8 million in the hole, but I'm still confident that this is a brilliant plan. So let's see how we get on. There we go. Now then, how have you... We can fix the track so that makes sense. What are we supporting this bit of track with? Because right now it looks just a little bit... yeah, let's find a texture we like. That maybe matches this concrete stuff that we've got going on here. Just like that. Oh, yes. Yeah, oh, I'm totally all about that. Yeah, that's terrific. Right, I'll take it. Thank you. Now then, have we got double track going on here? We probably ought. There we go. Do a bit of that, and then do a bit of this. There you are. And everybody's pleased with everything they've got going on in life. And then we'll fling that over there. Now, okay, the angle isn't perfect. The angle is what it is. And if we pull this back a little bit, we might need the manoeuvring space here, you know. There we are. Now whiz this out the other end, and then hopefully we can find that texture again, because then you've got kind of a partial dam going on. And people will be jolly pleased about that. Where is it? Was it 6? I think it might well have been, you know. I don't think it was. I think it was something else. All right, well, what about that one? It's not that one. 2. No. Look, if we're going to try and match the texture, let's match the texture. Nope. Maybe it was 6. 6 looks close, but it's got this kind of pattern that goes like that, and this doesn't have that unless it has it on the other side. And it doesn't. All right, well, what else could it be? 1. Definitely not 1. No, it's not 0, it's not 1. We're going to use process of elimination. Hold on to your hats. We will take 6 as the backup plan. 6, no. 7. 7 looks more like it. Yep, 7's the one. Right, there we are. Now then. Of course, if I'd have made a mental note of that before doing so, we would have spared ourselves that moment of dilemma. You know, but as a seasoned YouTubist, I know for a fact that it's that kind of thing that really keeps you on the edge of your seats, and with your fingers already flapping away, making a good comment telling me how that's not the right one. And that's what we in the trade call engagement. And that's you know, that's some pro level skills going on there. Anyway, that's done, and I think it looks brilliant. Let's take it back there and have a full appreciation moment. Fantastic. Good. Right, now then, that's going to need some signals. Oh, I'm dead excited about this now. That's way more than I'd anticipated doing. So that's junctioned up correctly. So if we bang the usual kind of setup on here, we might even put one just before the station. Now I think Krakow at the moment has got nothing but backing services on there, so that's going to create you know, complete lunacy when trying to turn this stuff around. But if I complete the line out to Wellington there, potentially even branching off to Barcelona. No, we don't need to branch off to Barcelona. We've already got a connection there. But what we could do is we could easily take this route and meld it onto there as well. We got some big swoopy routes going on here, and let's face it, we're all a fan of a big swoopy route once in a while. Right, let's signals on there. I have no idea how many trains I'm going to put on. No, will you slow down? I know you're all excited. You want to get all of this out of the way so you can go and buy some trains and watch them, you know, steam around the joint. But you know, be diligent about stuff, will you? Just come on, pull yourself together. Bit of that, and one over here. There we are. Right, good. So this is there. Oh, now, right. So what are we doing? We are going from El Paso with no further destination at the moment. I wonder. We do have the second station at Detroit just sat there, you know, winking at us suggestively. We could potentially do something with that because we've got this line here that we could fling out that way. This is not a passenger station at Detroit. Okay, so we haven't got that option at Detroit at all. I was talking complete nonsense, but that's hardly a first now, is it? What are you... No warnings. All right, let's have a look and see what's going on with this station. I think this station needs more connections, and I think Brussels is the secret to success there. We have got an unoccupied platform we can just turn around. So let's do that. Yeah. Shall we just do that? I think we shall just do that. Right. Okay. Let's put the route in and then see what we think of things. So we're going to go from El Paso East out through Krakow and then into Shanghai and then back to Krakow. Now this is an as yet uncharted route, so you know there's potential demand going on here. Right, now then, what should we call it? There we go. I know it takes in no actual stations that are involved in the Orient Express at all, apart from possibly Shanghai. Although I've never ridden on the thing, so I couldn't tell you for certain. But I like it. Now the only challenge we've got here is where do I launch the trains from? I launch the trains from the depot. What are you talking about, Manny? Of course, just launch the trains from the depot. It'll work out just fine. We can get to Krakow from here, so I don't see why this wouldn't work out. Let's put things in motion. I've got 5.7 million. I want to run... I'd love to run 3, but I think we're going to start with 2. Just because maxing out my loan is really it's a mug's game. Anyway, we're December the 7th. I said that we'd hit 36 million this year. We're going to hit more than that, which is brilliant. In fact, out of all the spending that I've done, I've only just overspent. Although, obviously, I'm about to blow that out of the water. Right, now then, we need something that is going to be amazing to run on this. Let's have a look. Now, the 3.5 is, you know, it's obviously going, come on, mate, I'm your man. But you've got a heavy consolidation. You've got a heavy 8-wheeler, which does 80. And this is a good length route. Now, it does start in North America, so I can allow it under my own provisional rules. Have we got an American passenger car that will do 80? 68. That's close, but it's not quite fast enough. I think it's the way to go, though, isn't it? I think it is the way to go. It's either that or we do the 3.5 again, and I'm not really... I don't want to use the 3.5 too much, because, I mean, it's a stock train. Oh, hold on, what about this? No, that is slower than the slowest thing you could possibly imagine. We could use a train from absolutely anywhere on this line, you know, and we're starting to get a little older here, so these aren't going to shift quite as much. I'm going to go for the 8-wheeler turbo edition. With the spoilers, and or are we? I've already used the heavy mogul. I think we go for the heavy 8-wheeler. What I'd really like to do is stick an Atlantic on here, you know, or Pacific, whichever one it is that doesn't come with the game by default. Someone has said that, like, that's what you want to be running. Everybody always uses the other one, which is either the Pacific or the Atlantic. What does that take us up to? 36, 72. 72 is good. That's a good number. Obviously, more than that would be gooder, but I don't think we're going to. I don't think we're going to get the demand for that just yet. So let's borrow some more cash. Let's pause so we get it in before the end of the year. There we go. Obviously, I should have done that after the end of the year, so I saved myself on the interest. But never mind. Right. You know what? I am going to buy 3 of them. It's a luxury item, but I'm having it. There you go. Right, now repay everything that I've got left over. Unpause the game. Oh, hold on. Tell you what. Let's put these on the line, shall we? Orient Express. Hit it. Thank you. Now, the train itself may look a little familiar, given that we've run the however many wheeler this is quite extensively in the past. What's going on there? That's funky. I like it. Okay, yeah, that's weird, but I still like it. Here we go. But obviously, this is the turbo edition. As you can see, it comes with a splitter on the front for maximum efficiency of speed. You know what? I'm gonna turn this a good colour. Let's go for El Paso Racing dark blue and see how that looks. It's going to catch up with it. If I kill this off, we'll get some train action along the way here. Oh, look at this! We got Colonel Cam. We got multiple trains. It's just hinting at the multiple trains. And how do you look? What do we got here? The Post Bus ET13 and a gondola. I'm not keen on this colour. I don't think it works. Look at this. I'm doing Colonel Cam while changing the colour. What about the red? You know what? That's the colour for champions. That is. That's the one we're going with. All right. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for your notification. Right. We're off now. This little train here doesn't quite look like it's got the oomph for wagons of this magnitude, for carriages of this magnitude, and yet it does. You're just going to have to accept that is a thing, and we're going with it as the Colonel Cam continues. Oh yeah, that's it. See, this is no. You had it. You had the perfect shot. So there was a new mod released recently that offers a selection of other camera defaults, and from what I've seen of it so far, it's pretty natty. But I like doing it like this, and all I'm doing is I'm tracking alongside it. But I like it when my camera moves at a slightly different speed to that of the train, because it makes it feel more like you've got a tracking helicopter shot or a dolly of some description going along, and the game has decided to freeze entirely. There we go. I see it's not broken yet. Give it time. Hold on, let's do this. That's a little bit more Toy Town. But hey, there we go. Right, okay, so now you are not yet on your route. There goes the balloon, which is empty. Oh, for crying out loud, people. I mean, I've given you the best trains I've got. Why is it really so much to ask for you to actually ride on them? Let's have a look. What do we got here? So the European balloon via Barcelona is acceptable. But via Sioux Falls is not yet acceptable. Now, if Sioux Falls grows, all of this is just gonna take flight. It's gonna kick off. It's gonna be magnificent. But obviously, that's waiting for Sioux Falls to get its act together and grow a few more people. There needs to be some procreation in Sioux Falls. I think that's the long and the short of it. I might need a signal here, for this goods line. I've got one. Okay then. You've got one on the wrong side of the track. Have you? Have you really? No, that's a reasonable place for a signal. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I've got it back here. Look, sticking it in there is going to block too much. So, all right, that's going to work. Meanwhile, here comes the Orient Express. Come on, get an angle of victory here. Is that the angle of victory? I don't know for sure. That looks pretty good, though. Okay, and it's on the right side of the track. That's always beneficial. That's a good view. It's definitely a good view. Right, okay, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I am going to wait until we hit the bridge. Look, you can see the bridge from here. Before I eject you from the premises for the day. But let's cover off what's coming up. So we're in 1905. My aim is going to be, I'm going to do a quick count up here. Is that a good idea, or should I do that on my own? No, let's do it now. Trains only, please. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Is that 6 or is that 7? I think I've got 2 on there. Well, let's count it properly. Nope, just 1. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18. 18? Is that it? No, surely I've got more than that. 2, 4. I'm going to be very upset. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18. All right, I was hoping to be able to say I've got 30 steam trains running at the moment, but no, I've got 18 steam trains. Right, I think 30 is our first objective. What I'm going to do before we start upgrading to diesels, or rather replacing with diesels and electrics and all that kind of jazz, is we're going to try and get up to 30, if not 50, steam trains in operation, so that we do end up with the amount of steam coming in and out of some of my high-profile stations that will make everybody deliriously cheerful just for a little while. I mean, steam may not be your thing. You might have a preference for a different era of locomotive, but I think there is no train fan alive who doesn't at least go, steam trains. They've definitely got something going on for them right there. You've got to like them. You've got to like the sound. You've got to like the smell. You've got to like the amount of pollution that they kick out. And the fact that they were the trailblazers for the whole of the Industrial Revolution. That's a nice shot, you see. See what I mean by moving at a slightly different speed? Yeah? Yes, that's the way to go. Obviously, now we're going at too slow a speed, so we get a little bit further away, and then we can accelerate past, like we're about to meet Lois Lane back at my farm, having just kicked the football a really long way over the goalposts. It's a Superman reference, people. You're either there or you're not. Right, okay, here we go. We're going to set up for this bridge shot. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. I'm loving this series now. I think it started a little slowly, but I am now very, very pleased with some of the developments being made, and it all comes down to the fact that we can think it up and do it in one episode. I can't quite get that. See, I want somewhere in between these two, and there's a Great Western going over there. This will do for the moment, I think. It's not the perfect shot. I will arrange the perfect shot for you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you very soon. Fling a like at this one, please, and subscribe if you've yet to do so. And I'll catch up with you very soon, and we'll kick it outside Shanghai just to finish off with. Thanks for watching. Cheerio!